Well, Alan, thank you again for being with us here today. Cabral Gold's a newer company. Give our viewers an introduction to the company and your project in Brazil.
Yeah, thanks, Angela. Cabral Gold is a company that we listed in October of 2017, so it's less than 6 months old. It has a fairly tight capital structure. It has 31 million shares on issue. We raised $4.5 million back in October of last year, and so the current cash position of the company is about $4 million. We have a gold project in northern Brazil, which is pretty exciting, and we're in an area of Brazil which produced somewhere between 20 to 30 million ounces of gold from the streams here. And I think of the 100 or so occurrences that were active 20, 30 years ago, where the small miners were mining gold from the streams, our key project, Cuiú, was the largest one of those. So as I said, we've got a resource, we're active on it right now, we are trenching, and we hope to be drilling later in the year.
And you've got some pretty big name neighbours in the area as well. I know Eldorado Gold has a mine very close by. Do you see any geological similarities there?
Yeah, that's right. Eldorado is 20 kilometres to the southeast of us. In fact, the claim blocks are contiguous. Their project is very similar to ours. In fact, the same geological team, I was directly involved in that project. We sold that project to a company called Brasoro, which was then acquired by Eldorado. Until January, I owned the royalty in that project. So I know that project quite well. The geology is very, very similar, if not identical, to our project. These are granite-hosted deposits. They're in pretty ancient rocks that are of a similar age to the rocks here in Ontario and Quebec. And they're structurally controlled. And I think really exploration in the area is just getting started. I think the key differences between the project that we have at Cuiú and our neighbours in Eldorado are that the first one would be that the streams in our area produced about 10 times more gold than the streams in their area. So for whatever reason, there were a lot more gold was mined from the streams at Cuiú. The second difference, really important difference, is that the gold in soil anomaly at Cuiú is 18 kilometres long. It's truly world-class gold in soil anomaly. Eldorado have a nice gold in soil anomaly too, and I should know because we collected the original samples. It's about 3 kilometres long. It's a nice anomaly. But we have a very large anomaly there. We've tested several parts of it. We've by no means tested all of it, probably only tested about 30% of it, and we have drill intersections in 8 different targets outside of the 1.3 million ounces. So I'm very optimistic that at least several of those 8 other areas will turn out to be new deposits there. And so we're doing some trenching as well right now, which indicates there are actually more targets beyond that where we haven't even drilled yet. So it's quite exciting times for Cabral.
So what do shareholders have to look forward to in 2018?
Yeah, good question. I think the potential catalysts are, the first thing that that people should look forward to are that we are updating the resource estimate. As I said, there's 1.3 million ounces in the ground. It's largely inferred. There was quite a lot of drilling that was done back in 2012 after that resource estimate was completed. And so we will update the resource estimate by the end of March this year. So in the next few weeks, that will be big news for us. The other thing that's happening, as I mentioned, is that we are doing quite an extensive program of surface trenching in a whole new sequence of new target areas on the property. And so we're getting some visually quite interesting looking rocks. And so there will be a constant flow of channel sample results for the next 3 or 4 months, and then we'll make a decision on the drilling. But there's clearly a lot more drilling that needs to be done here. So it's exciting times. We think we've potentially got a world-class project here, which is going to be multi-million ounces. And we're not starting from a base where it's grassroots and we haven't made a discovery. We've already made the discovery. We just don't know how big this thing's going to be.
Well, Alan, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.